Good day, everyone. Welcome to Weblio Philippines demo training. We are excited to have you here as you take this important step toward becoming a professional Weblio tutor. This training is specially designed for home based tutors like you who are about to undergo the demo stage of our application process. We understand that this part can feel both exciting and nerve wracking. But don't worry, we've got you covered. Today, we'll walk you through what to expect during your demo, help you understand the key areas you'll be evaluated on, and share practical tips to help you feel more confident and prepared. By the end of this session, our goal is to equip you with the right mindset, tools, and strategies so you can deliver your best performance. Remember, a well prepared demo not only increases your chances of passing, it also sets the foundation for a strong and successful teaching journey with Weblio. Let me start with a brief introduction to who we are. Weblio is one of the leading online English education platforms in Japan. Our goal is to connect Japanese customers with passionate and skilled English tutors from Weblio. And you, as tutor, play a huge role in achieving that goal. Let me present to you our agenda for today's training. To start, let us share with you the company's mission and vision. Welcome, future Weblio tutors. We are excited to have you here. Before anything else, let's get to know the company you'll soon be representing. Weblio Philippines is part of a global initiative to bring quality education through technology. Our goal is to make English learning accessible to everyone. Let's begin with a short video that highlights our mission and vision. As you watch, reflect on how you, as a tutor, can contribute to this purpose. Please watch this. Hello, tutors! Welcome! At Weblio Philippines, we are committed to delivering seamless and effective learning experiences. Our goal is to ensure that every lesson is conducted smoothly, without any troubles. We achieve this by fostering a positive learning environment, maintaining clear communication, and being adaptable to any challenges that may arise during the lesson. Together, let's work towards providing lessons with zero troubles for our customers. Why do we have to achieve zero lesson troubles? Achieving zero lesson trouble is the basic requirement for us to provide fun lesson. A fun lesson is where we let the customer feel comfortable learning English and experience growth and progress. When the lesson is fun, customers can enjoy and learn at the same time. Why do we need to provide fun lesson? Providing fun lesson is essential because it sparks curiosity and encourages customers to find the joy in learning English. By creating a supportive and positive learning atmosphere, we ensure that our lessons are not only fun, but will also help our customers experience growth and progress. When customers feel comfortable and engaged, they're more likely to continue learning English and achieve better learning outcomes. In short, a fun lesson helps foster a positive learning experience that drives success and keeps customers motivated throughout their journey in learning English. By providing fun lessons and ensuring zero trouble in every single session, we're not just making learning enjoyable, we are also setting the foundation for success. By consistently providing fun lessons, we can definitely achieve our mission to expand mankind's possibilities and become the company that we have envisioned ourselves to be. A great company that maximizes individual and organizational potential, and a great company that contributes to human learning and growth. All right, thank you so much for watching. Now, moving forward, to fulfill our mission and vision, we focus on delivering fun lessons. In this training, you will learn how to conduct a lesson that's fun for our customers. Let's begin knowing your to dos before the demo. Your setup is the first thing the evaluator sees. It is important to make sure of your teaching environment as it reflects your professionalism. This time, let's focus on setting up the right environment before the demo. Since this is a visual first impression, tutors must understand that the evaluator isn't looking at their teaching skills only, but also at their preparedness and attention to detail. A plain white background isn't just a visual preference, it's a critical standard for creating a professional, distraction free, and customer focused learning environment. Your background should be plain white with no creases, not being blown by your fan, no designs, or no visible lines. But us Filipinos, we do have a habit of saying, pwede na to, white naman din. Tutors, you only have two demo chances. Don't waste it because of pwede na to. The photo on top is how your background looks like, not the one below. Use a headset with an external microphone for clear audio. We recommend avoiding built in laptop mics, wireless headsets, and mobile phone headsets as they pick up a lot of noise. As we have our standards in making sure of a fun and satisfying service, kindly make sure to use a headset following our standard. Make sure your video is clear and that you're in a well lit area. Lighting plays a big role on how well your evaluator can see you. A dark or dimly lit room can make your face hard to see, which affects communication, especially for younger customers or beginners who rely on facial expressions and visual cues. Good lighting not only improves video quality, it shows that you are prepared, professional, and ready to pass your demo. The moment your camera turns on, your setup tells the evaluator something about you. Are you prepared? Are you focused? Are you taking this job seriously? When everything looks and sounds clean and professional, it builds trust. It tells the evaluator, I'm ready to teach and I will pass my demo today. So always remember, your setup isn't just a technical, it's part of the Weblio standard of excellence. Now that your setup is ready and aligned with Weblio's professional standards, let's move on to what you should do right before your scheduled demo. The 30 minutes leading up to your demo are critical. This is your final preparation window, a chance to double check everything. Calm your nerves and ensure a smooth performance. Let's talk about the specific steps you need to take during this time to make sure you're fully prepared, confident, and ready to ace your demo. First, you have to enter the demo room. You have to make sure to log in to the tutor account, and then you have to click today's lesson tab. Then click the lesson date and time, and then you can go to the lesson page. The first thing you have to do is to make sure that you are calm before you turn on or log into the WebRTC. Now, this time, let us present to you a video on how you should navigate the WebRTC. So please watch this. This time, let us show you the parts of the WebRTC. On the upper left-hand corner of the screen, you can see here the Attention tab. Inside the Attention tab is where you can find the pinned message. This is where you can find the instructions for the lesson. Below the Attention tab, we have here the lesson time. This is where you can find the lesson duration. Below the lesson time, you can find here the admin chat. This is where you will be communicating with the lesson manager while the class is ongoing. Moving forward, let's move on here on the middle part of the WebRTC. As you can see on the upper middle part of the screen, this is where the timer is located. Remember, when the timer says done, this is the only time that you can say goodbye to the customer. Below the timer, we have here the textbook tab. This is where you can find the available lesson materials for the customer. And when you click it, this is when the lesson material will be displayed. So this is where you will be seeing the lesson material together with your customer. Moving forward, on the upper right hand corner of the screen, this big box is your customer's video. The small box will be the tutor's video. Below the videos, we have here three orange buttons. The first orange button is for you to mute your customer. The next button is your camera. Now, the last orange button to the right will be your microphone. Below these three buttons, you will be seeing here the student chat box. This is where you will be sending corrections and informations to your customer. Knowing how to navigate your tool will give you confidence in doing your tasks. Practice whenever you have time and make sure to be comfortable in using our WebRTC in conducting your lessons. Now, the pinned message is the most important part of the demo. You have to make sure to read it first before you begin. This has the instruction for the demo lesson. So you have to make sure that you are aware so that there are no mistakes when we are conducting the demo. During your demo, there are three different lesson materials available. As part of the procedure, you should politely ask the customer to choose which material they would like to study. To prepare effectively, we recommend reviewing all three materials in advance. This will be accessible to you at least 4 days before your scheduled demo, as the demo slots are booked ahead of time. This lesson material, or the first lesson material that we have in the demo, is the I Can Pre 1 2. This lesson material contains visuals or images and questions about it. Make sure to give your customer time to look at the visuals before moving on to the questions. If there are corrections, kindly use the student chat box and let the customer read your correction. The next material that we have for demo is Living Abroad Intermediate. This lesson material contains questions and activities such as summarization, pronunciation, and intonation practice. When using this material, it's important to use proper intonation and pronunciation. The last demo lesson material is a communicative training. This lesson material includes picture description and sharing opinion on certain topics. Using this material, tutors must be attentive to the customer's sentence construction, maximize the chat box for correction, and guiding your customers. Moving on, checking your audio and video 30 minutes before the lesson can give you an ample amount of time if trouble suddenly occurs. First, click the audio settings. Kindly speak using your headset with your external microphone, and if the level bar moves, it means your audio is being detected. You're all good. Now, check your camera angle and lighting if it's good to make sure that the customers can see you well. Once you've completed your final checks and you're feeling prepared, it's time to enter the lesson room and put everything into action. Now, let's walk you through on how to conduct your demo lesson. This part, you have to pay more attention and listen carefully as we go along our training. Nothing builds confidence like knowing exactly how the lesson should flow. From how to begin, transition smoothly, use the material effectively, provide appropriate corrections, and wrap up the session with clear, constructive feedback. Let me train everyone how to properly conduct lesson for a higher chance of passing the demo. First, make sure to enter the lesson room at least 5 minutes before the scheduled start time. Second, once you're inside the room, immediately turn off your camera and microphone. Third, copy and paste the list of available lesson materials into the chat box. After logging in, here comes the next part: demo proper, lesson flow. As soon as the timer starts running, you have to turn on your camera and microphone. Greet the customer, do a connection check, introduce yourself, then ask for the customer's name and ask for building rapport questions. Let me give you an example. Hello, good morning. Can you hear me? Can you see me? My name is Tutor Anne from Weblio A. Kaiwa. What is your name? Then kindly type your name in the chat box. Then you can also ask your customer to type in their name in the chat box too. Now you can ask for building rapport questions. How are you today, Yumi? How's the weather in your city? Do you like sports? What's your favorite subject? While asking building rapport questions, make sure that the customer can answer it easily. During this part, even your customer has grammar mistakes, let it pass and acknowledge their answer with a smile. Remember, introduction should only be for 2 minutes. I think you and your customer are now both comfortable with each other. It's time to transition to the lesson proper. First, ask the customer to choose a lesson material. Remember the steps: ask, verify, reload. For example, I'll give you an example script. I sent the list of the lesson materials in the chat box. May you choose one, please? Then the customer chose. All right, you have chosen Living Abroad Beginner. Is this correct? Yes, teacher. Thank you. Then let me load the lesson material. Can you see it now? Yes, teacher. Let's begin our lessons. Tutors, this time you have to concentrate. Focus on the lesson material and how your customer feels. Remember, in this part of the lesson flow, speak calmly. Always smile. Acknowledge your customer's answers, like, I agree. I see. That's correct. Lastly, do not forget to praise your customers, like, good job. Very good. You're doing great. What are the best practices you need to remember while conducting the demo proper? In this part, we'll walk you through the best practices to follow during the actual lesson and your best practices to make sure that you can ace your demo. First, always speak slowly and calmly. Many tutors, especially when nervous, tend to rush through their words. Speaking slowly not only helps them understand you better, but it also gives the impression that you are confident, in control, and genuinely focused. Next, don't forget to smile. It might seem like a small thing, but smiling has a powerful effect. It sets a warm, positive tone and helps build trust with the customer. Now, here's a key point: stick to the lesson material. Do not add your own questions, games, or unrelated discussions. This is one of the most common reasons tutors fail their demo. The goal is not to impress by going off script, but to demonstrate that you can follow Weblio's standard flow and deliver lessons effectively. Lastly, aim for consistency in your delivery, tone, and how you move through the lesson. This shows professionalism and keep the session smooth. So remember, slow, clear speech and smile and staying on track are not just techniques. They're part of what makes you a Weblio tutor. Now that we've covered how to deliver the lesson smoothly, let's move on to another key aspect of teaching giving corrections. How you correct your customers can either build their confidence or discourage them. So, let's talk about the right way to do it, the Weblio way. In every class, it's natural to expect errors from our customers. That's exactly why your role as tutor is so important. Our customers come to us to improve their English, and it's our responsibility to guide them with care. Correction is a delicate part of the demo. Excessive correction can make the customer feel embarrassed or frustrated. Make your corrections when it matters. First, if it affects the understanding. Not every mistake needs a correction or interruption. One key skill is knowing when to correct and when to let minor error pass. If the customer is speaking freely, interrupting every mistake may break their flow of confidence. Focus on correcting errors that affects the understanding. If the mistake makes the sentence confusing or hard to understand, you should correct it. For example, if your customer said, he goes school yesterday, the meaning is unclear because of the grammar. We can tell the customer to use past tense of the verb if the action is done already. Next, is if the errors is related to the lesson target. If the error is about the topic you're teaching that day, it should be corrected. For example, if today's lesson is about the past tense and the customer says, I eat lunch yesterday, you should correct eat to ate. Remember, do the correction softly and do not make a big fuss out of it. Now, if it is repeated frequently. If the customer makes the same mistake again and again, correct it gently and don't forget to smile. For example, if they always say he can sings, correct it to he can sing. Correcting the customer can send negative feeling. Who wants to hear correction all the time, right? So make the correction in a calm and gentle manner. Don't make the correction too obvious so customers will not lose their confidence. We are now down to the final part of your demo, the wrap up and feedback. How you end the lesson is just as important as how you start. It leaves a lasting impression and helps the customer feel confident and supported. Let's go over the best practices for closing the demo lesson smoothly and professionally. The wrap up and giving feedback is the last part. This is your chance to leave a positive, lasting impression and show the customer what they did well. Let's talk about how to end the lesson with clarity and encouragement. If the timer is at 1 minute remaining mark, this is the time for you to prepare in wrapping up the demo lesson. First, inform your customer that the class is about to end. Then, ask if they have any questions. And lastly, provide your feedback following the sandwich method positive, negative, and positive. Let me give you an example. Hello, Hannah. As much as I wanted to finish the lesson material with you, however, our class is about to end. Do you have any questions for me? For your feedback, I would like to say congratulations for a great class. You participated well and attentively listened to our lesson. On the other hand, I noticed that R and L sounds were a challenge. Don't worry, we can make it better by reading English books aloud for practice. Overall, it was a good job. Well done. You answered most of the questions correctly. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Goodbye. after your feedback, do not leave the lesson room because the feedback will be provided by your trainer. For the last reminder, keep in mind, start the lesson and end the lesson on time. Speak in a calm and gentle manner. Provide corrections. Provide comprehensive feedback. Ensure that your teaching space is clean, quiet, and well lit with a plain white and clutter free background that won't distract your customers. If you're able to follow everything we've discussed today, I am sure that you can pass your demo and receive your job offer after your schedule. Let me also send, and for everyone, kindly check the lesson flow and guidelines to help you prepare better before your scheduled demo. This is a sample lesson so you can learn more tips for your demo. I will attach it on the email. For your demo schedule, we follow strict guidelines. Tutors to reschedule and two no-shows will result to fail. Remember to plot and vote only one schedule at a time. Multiple plotting of a demo schedule will result to fail. So remember, plot only one schedule. Remember the demo process. You'll first conduct a 10-minute demo class, followed by a 15 minutes of feedback from the evaluator. In case you need to retake the demo, you will be given one final chance. If you still do not meet the qualifications after the retake, you may apply again after 3 months. So at the bottom of the email, I will also attach here the Doodle link for you to plot your demo. We are thrilled to welcome you to Weblio Philippines, where we grow, achieve, and expand our possibilities together. Give your best in the demo and take the first step in your journey with us as part of One Weblio. Good luck, cheaters!